Another box of these miniature lamps sold. It's been selling quite well for me, 10 bucks a box. And this little red Roadster sold. This is a 1950 Ferrari. It's a touring Ferrari. I believe it's a 166 mm. And this was made by the Ideal company. And this was made back in the 60s, part of their international car model series. The 12-cylinder in there. I used to, when I was a truck driver, one of my jobs was hauling vintage Ferraris to races. That was quite an event every time when you pulled up and started unloading these vintage Ferraris. And this little model sold for $60. I store my hats in a tote like this. I guess these were made to go under a bed or something. And I've got 2 totes full of hats like this. And I don't have them categorized or any labels. And so I have to look through sometimes both totes. And I just love it when I sell a hat, pull out the first tote, and find the hat immediately. Sold this one yesterday, USS McCandless, for $20. I've had this for quite a while. I always thought these hats would sell quickly, but maybe there's not a lot of servicemen, Navymen that are still around that served on this ship. Who knows? $20, probably 50 cents at a garage. Another mailbox. This is a wall-mounted locking type. Kind of cool. It's got the letter slot. Doesn't require a key. It did not come with the key, but it's a simple lock that any locksmith could either replace the barrel or rekey it. Pretty good shape overall. A little bit of surface rust here on the bottom, but I got it for $2 at a garage sale, and it sold for $40. This is a CB microphone. It's a Johnson, made by Turner, and kind of a cool Captain Proton look to it. It's part of the hobby collection, including ham radios and stuff that I bought. And I priced it at $130, and just like a day later somebody wrote me and was laughing at me for pricing it so high, saying that these go for like $20 or $30 at most. But as usual, I just ignored pricing advice from the gallery, and it finally did sell for $130. This is a brake hose for a Mustang II, part of the large parts acquisition I made. And just this little brake hose. It's a new original, old stock, and this sold for $40. This is a small 16 by 11 48 star flag. It's always easy to spot the 48 star because it's a perfect square. And I just spent the last 45 minutes or so looking for this. It's one of those things when you list it, you don't think much of it and you put it away. And but when you sell it, then it's worth a lot. Well, it's worth the $40 I sold it for anyway. Of course, it was packed away in the ephemera box in this little envelope, but I completely forgot that I did that. So I'm going to have to do a better job of inventory. Again, this was, I found this at an estate sale. I went on the second day because I just didn't feel like going on Friday. So I showed up Saturday morning, and this is the only thing I could find. It was just a couple dollars. Again, it sold for $40. This is a pair of real big boy pants. These are Carhartt size 52 by 30. Well, they're not the largest I've sold. I've actually sold a pair of 60 by 30. It's funny, the legs are always short on these big waisted jeans. And I happened to get these for free. They were on Craigslist. Somebody put them up for free, saying something about their brother died and he had these unworn pants. Well, I just kind of let it sit there for a couple of days because I didn't really want to take these away from somebody who really needed them, but they just kept sitting there. So I finally gave them a call and they just put them on their porch. I went and picked them up. There was about 3 or 4 pair, different brands. And these are the first ones to sell. It's about a couple months ago. And these sold for $25. Last night my phone was charging in the other room, and I heard the cha-ching, and I didn't go run and grab it, see what sold. I just kind of thought about it. I just listed some items, very expensive items, one of them for $700. Contemplating, did it sell? Did it sell? I go in and it's this, $4.99. But this is the drawbar off a Hammond organ that I dismantled. Selling these once or twice a month for $5, but they continue to sell. And then I sold a couple of hats today. This is a John Deere Realtree camo hat. And I didn't know what this was when I found it at the garage sale. It's just a really nice condition, classic trucker style hat. And Burris is actually a sight manufacturer for guns. And both these hats sold for $20 each. This is a Techniques turntable. I found this at a garage sale. It wasn't out for sale, but there was a bunch of Eldons out for sale, and that's my calling card to ask, do you have anything to play these on? And the guy says, yeah, I forgot that I had this, but he pulls out this box, and it's the original box and this nice turntable inside, and he let me have it for $20. I had to replace the belt on it, but that's really not that difficult on these. As you can see, you just pull the platter off and thread the belt on there. And this sold for $200. These are extra items of ephemera that came with an Akai reel-to-reel tape deck that I sold last year. And it includes the original schematic, the warranty card, some information there. Bought it while he was in the Army in 1970. And also this I thought was of interest, or would be of interest to someone. It's the price list for the Army base that he bought it at. And got all the different equipment and what it cost back then. Really cheap. Of course, in today's dollars, that'd be very expensive. And I just kind of threw this up, see if anybody had interest. And it took almost a year, but somebody bought it for $20. This is a wool packer hat. That's what it's called. It's made by the C.C. Filson Company. High quality garments. And I got this at a garage sale along with a LL Bean wool coat that kind of matched it. But I wasn't going to sell them together. And I looked it up, and you can still buy these brand new from Filson. But somebody had sold a used one for $100. So I priced mine at $99, the best offer. And it just kind of sat there until yesterday. I received an offer of $30 from a guy, and I countered at $75, hoping he'd come back with something, over $50. But he comes back at $35 with a note that says that you can buy these brand new for $65. So I just declined the offer. And then from someone else entirely, I received an offer of $60, and I took that right away. This is another Levi's denim trucker jacket with the fleece lining. A brown fleece lining in this one. This one's not real special. These always remind me of The Walking Dead. A lot of the characters in that show wear fleece-lined jackets. I guess after the apocalypse and the zombies are walking around, these are totally available. I rarely find them now. This one's not real special. It was made in China. Good size, XXL. And this one sold for $60. It was just $5 at a garage sale. After not selling a turntable for a month or more, I sold one yesterday, and then this one sold last night during the night. Woke up to a nice sale. This is a Pioneer, pretty high end. It's a 55DX model, and it's got a real fancy cartridge on it that actually can be used with a quadraphonic system. And that's how I bought this. Actually, this was a long time in coming. About a year ago, I bought a quadraphonic 8-track tape deck, top of the line, from the same guy. I paid him $100 for that tape deck, and it sold for $500. And I left my name and number and said, when you want to sell your turntable and amplifier, give me a call. So he did, and I bought the turntable and amplifier for $300. And now this turntable has just sold for $390. And yesterday was a day that I put a lot of items that haven't sold on best offer, and this was one of them. But no offer was tendered. He just bought it full price, $390. I had to manufacture a box for this one, this turntable, and it is going to Catalonia, Spain via the global shipping program. This is a vintage Icon Cortina Pronto with the Carl Zeiss lens. This type of vintage camera is a real long tail item. There might be some models that will go faster, but unless it's a Nikon or a Leica or a Hasselblad, you can it takes that special buyer. And this one is going to Spain, and I took a best offer of $33. It was just a couple dollars at a estate sale, probably $4 at the estate sale. I priced it at $50, and I've probably had it over a year now. Another one of the X-Mods remote control car kits sold. This is the Nissan 350Z. Took quite a while to sell, but I still have a number of these kits left. Hopefully they'll all sell over the holidays here. This one sold for $60. Harley Davidson jean jacket. These are a no-brainer when you see them at a garage sale. Although this is one of those garage sales where I pulled up to the neighborhood, and it was a gated community, trailer houses. But I'll always still go because a lot of bikers selling their used clothing oftentimes. This is a nice XL jacket. It's genuine Harley Davidson motor clothes, and this sold for $45. This was kind of an amazing sale. This is a suite of 8 photos called The Last Photos of Marilyn Monroe. And these are in the big acquisition of pinups that I acquired. And I wasn't sure when I first started reading about these if these were going to actually be that valuable. Beautiful photographs made from the original 35mm film used by George Barris back in 1962. Took these last photos, and so I priced these at $700, and just a few days later they sold.